Alright, it's time to make our picks for UFC 152. We really haven't had a major UFC show in almost 3 months now. And of course, we all know about the whole UFC 151 brouhaha. But yeah, it's a Friday morning. The card looks kind of stable, but you never know. Crazy stuff could happen later on this afternoon. But apparently, this is what the card is going to look like. So if things change, don't harass me too much for not being able to predict the future. Alright, first up, main event: Jon Jones versus Vitor Belfort. Now, on paper, this looks like the absolute greatest mismatch available on the roster, and it is. If you're asking me if there's any chance Vitor Belfort can win this fight, I don't know. There's no way. If you gave Vitor Belfort a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire and a 5 second head start, I don't think he'd be able to beat Jon Jones. A lot of people are pulling the upset here. They're actually calling, a Belfort victory, and these people know nothing about MMA. I think Jon Jones, his strategy is real simple. He's going to go in there, and Vitor's going to be swinging for the fences because he has no other option, and he's going to get dropped, and Jon Jones is going to take this thing to the ground, and from there it's just going to be elbow city. Is there an outside chance that Vitor can win this fight? Yeah, but only if Jon Jones goes in this fight, doped up on something and, has a sprained ankle or something. There's just no conceivable way that I think Belfort has any prayer in this fight. Um, my prediction, I think Jon Jones is going to win this one first round, TKO, probably less than 3 minutes. Okay, co-main event: Joseph Benavidez versus Demetrius Johnson. Okay, this actually looks like a really great fight. I think on paper it's probably going to be the fight of the night, and the more I think about it, this could end up being a fight of the year nominee. It's the flyweight championship. Joseph Benavidez knocked out that one guy in like 20 seconds. Demetrius Johnson has had to fight Ian McCall, I believe, twice now in some very, very competitive matchups. A lot of people think Benavidez is going to win this fight, and I can definitely see why he would be the favorite considering his track record. But even so, I think Johnson is he's just a quicker fighter, I believe, than Benavidez. This will probably not be a spectacular show of strength and knockout punches, but it's going to be very, very close. I think Johnson will keep the heat on for the entire fight. He's going to be running, 100 miles per hour the entire 25 minutes. And I think he's going to do enough damage and control the tempo of this fight to win this fight by a unanimous decision and become the first flyweight champion in the history of the Ultimate Fighting Championship organization. All right, middleweight matchup: Michael Bisping versus Brian Stann. I really like Michael Bisping in this fight. Brian Stann, of course, we know he's got some killer knockout power, but just the way Bisping was fighting in the Chael Sonnen bout from earlier this year, that was really impressive to me. It shows that he can stuff takedowns. Not that Brian's just going to be going for takedowns, but if he does, clearly it's not going to work. Bisping, I really like the fact that he's kind of improved his defense, and I don't think he's going to really hurt Brian Stann during the course of the fight, but I think he will do enough to control the tempo and eventually kind of grind him out. I think Bisping wins this fight by unanimous decision. Matt Hamill coming out of retirement to fight Roger Hollett. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like that interesting of a fight on paper, but I've just got a feeling Matt Hamill will walk away from this one the victor. I think he's going to win by TKO round two. No real reason, just kind of feeling it. Cub Swanson versus Charles Oliveira. Cub Swanson, he's had his day in the sun. Oliveira is not the most interesting fighter in the world. But I just think Oliveira, he's probably the better fighter. Not that I'm really using a scientific rationale for any of these picks, but I think Oliveira wins by a unanimous decision in the third round. As far as the undercard stuff, I think Igor Borgajak is going to knock out Vinny Magalhaes in the first round. I think Evan Dunham's going to beat TJ Grant by unanimous decision. I like Sean Pearson over Lance Benoist in round 3 submission. God, Jimmy Hetz is taking on Marcus Brimage on the undercard. Ooh, boy, this is going to be heinous. Yeah, I think Hetz is going to win that one. Round 2 submission. That kid's going to be definitely an up and comer in the featherweight division. And then you got the Facebook fights. I really have no idea who any of these people are, so just rolling with it here. I'm going to go with Seth Basinski over Simeon Thorson just because I'm a jingoistic American. I like a Willel Watch over Mitch Gannon just because I like his name better. And all was by decision. And I think Charlie Brennan is going to beat Kyle Noak by third round submission. So there you go. Probably not going to be a card of the year nominee, but there should be some interesting moments. And hopefully this card will not change 5 minutes after I post it, which, let's face it, the way things are heading in the UFC nowadays, it probably will.